night after 27 hours of traveling, right? I mean, 3 weeks, 4,500 miles of driving, right? As if I haven't gotten enough from all the driving business-wise. I have to go all the way to Europe, do 11 countries with my family, and clock up 4,500 miles, over 6,500 kilometers. But man, time of our lives. Very, very, very special holiday, especially when you're doing it with a big family. But I gotta say, I'm happy to be back. Got back last night at 1 a.m. Got up at 6 a.m., went and picked up my Cadillac, spent about $3,000 on repairs. Kevin's in the house, Kevin Hawthorne, and Cadillac is running smooth. Freedom's in the house from North Carolina. Welcome. You do give us a shout out where you're from. I'll give you a shout out if you're from Texas or North Carolina, wherever you. WB, how are you? Good to see you. David Sink is in the house. So before I jump in, right, the one thing I want to do today, and I've been dying to do this, is breaking down the interview between Harry the Rideshare guy and Dara Khosrowshahi, right? DFW's in the house, Creekins, much love to Dallas, Fort Worth, New York, King Will. Shout out to all of you guys. Good to see you, and I am so happy to be back. I mean, holidays are great. 3 weeks on the road, tons of hotels, tons of Airbnbs, family, aunts, with my best friend who I've been buddies with since age 5, Clayton. Huge shout out to him. I mean, they rolled. I'm doing great, Megan. Good to see. They rolled out the red carpet for us, man. They made us. They gave so much love, so much. Dinners were cooked, breakfasts were prepared. I mean, my kids at the time of their lives, they really did. Creekins, yeah, Clayton is my bro. Is like my bro. When we were 8 years old, we both cut our wrists and did the Indian. We were made blood brothers. I mean, little foolish 8-year-olds, but bestest of friends. The same guy, same DNA as I am, and he is a surgeon who oversees 90 hospitals worldwide. Amazing guy, amazing families we stayed with. And we did 11 countries. To walk you through it before I dive into the gig world. We arrived in Germany. We went from Germany to Switzerland. We went from Switzerland to Vaduz in Liechtenstein. We went from Liechtenstein to Austria, Feldhaus. We went from Austria again through Switzerland to Italy, to Milano, to Lago Maggiore, Lake Como. We then dropped down to Monaco, to Monte Carlo. We're at the casino in Monte Carlo. Epic time. I will share the videos. I will share the photos. We went from there to the French Riviera, the Côte d'Azur, to Nice in France. Epic time. My sons played volleyball at night against French teams and Portuguese teams, internationals there. They did well. We wined and dined and partied, and I've never done so much walking in my life. I've never been to so many different beaches, such beautiful water. Pamplona Beach. We then carried down the French coast to Cannes. We bypassed Saint-Tropez. We stayed over in Barcelona then, had a good time in Barcelona. We went Barcelona, Espanyol, and then we went on to Madrid, had a great time in Madrid, went all the way down to Lisbon in Portugal. We stayed in Cascais and Estoril. Sorry, it's getting really hot, so I got to crank up the air a little bit here. Madrid at 42 degrees was about 110 Fahrenheit. We were in Lisbon, we went to Sintra, we went to Estoril, Cascais. We then drove all the way up through France, went up to Tours in France. We went all the way up to Paris, spent epic time in Paris, went from Paris to Amsterdam. I think I made a brief video in Amsterdam. And then from Amsterdam, we went to like a theme park, Phantasialand for the kids, and then we went to Germany. So I'm exhausted. I'm literally exhausted, happy to be back. Now, to dive into business, I'm already doing 2 trips today, day 1. No sleeping here, no time to rest. I welcome you all. Hope you've been well in the last 3 weeks. I look forward pushing out a lot of live streams and diving right back. There's a lot to report about. I do want to do another live feed either today or tomorrow and break down the interview between Harry, the rideshare guy, and Dara Khosrowshahi, the CEO. He did about 3 videos. He asked a lot of questions, but we really have to break down Dara Khosrowshahi's answers, right? We really got to read between the lines what type of BS Dara Khosrowshahi was spinning during those interviews. The one being the company changing the pay structure completely, right? They want to go away from miles and minutes. I do not know how they want to do that. I mean, how do you pay rideshare drivers if you're not paying them in miles and minutes? I'd really like to know that. Maybe you guys have some more information or some suggestions how this could be done by the companies. But how do you pay a driver if you're not paying him in miles and minutes, right? So that's the one thing I want to dive into. Then I think very, very alarming, the mention of a 20% take rate. Remember, folks, once upon a time, it was 80-20. 80 for us, 20 for the company. He is now talking about a take rate for drivers. Awesome. Glad you enjoying the private chauffeur course, right? Because that's where everybody needs to go, is to eventually break away, to phase it out, not completely break away. You phase it out, you take as many clients as you can from Uber and Lyft, and you turn them into your private clients. I explained that at Big Rock. So a lot of good feedback on that from people who have taken the course, started their own company, and actually becoming true contractors and making proper money. Right? A lot of good stories and feedback from drivers. So it's a formula that works, proven almost 9 years in a row, 320 clients later. That knowledge needs to be shared and passed on. And so go to B-Rock if you're interested. It's not that you're cutting ties with Uber and Lyft. You're phasing them out. But in the beginning, it will be 100% rideshare Uber and Lyft, and then gradually 10% private, 90% rideshare, 30% private, 70% rideshare. After a year and a half, you should be at 50-50. 50% rideshare, 50% private clients, and about 2 to 2.5 years later, you're almost on 90 to 100% of private clients and 10% rideshare. So the rideshare trips, which don't pay very well, but they will subsidize and pay for everything. That's the cool thing, right? They will subsidize and pay for everything as you grow your private business. Your voice is breaking up. My voice is not breaking. Maybe the phone is having issues. Anybody else hearing my voice break up? Shouldn't be. Can you hear me loud and clear? And then, we really need to analyze the interviews between Harry. Now, I'm pretty sure, and thank you. Thank you, David. I'm pretty sure that Dara wants the questions, right? Once Aura's in the house. Thank you very, very much. Any advice in where we're going to get a good deal on purchasing a Suburban? Is the voice still breaking up? Apparently it's clear. Megan says it's clear. Thank you. To go out to a dealership and try and get a Suburban, unfortunately, I would say for at least another year, you're paying way over sticker price, right? So if you have a hookup with a dealer auctioneer, if you can go to a private public auction, you will still get great deals. You will also still get great deals on Facebook Marketplace. You will still get good deals on Craigslist. Brazilian wax is in the house, but you may have to drive. Like if I'm in California, I'm not going to get the best suburban deals, right? Sanson's in the house. You might have to go to Phoenix. You may have to go to Vegas. You might even have to go and fly out to Texas and Florida and go pick up your car, right? Sometimes you have to travel out of state to get, I would rather save $20,000 on a car, right? I mean, people are texting me and say, hey, should I buy this Suburban for $90,000? And I'm like, are you nuts? And it's not even a new one, right? Might have 10, 20,000 miles. Are you crazy paying 80 to 90 grand? They are taking you for a royal ride. No, don't be desperate and think, oh, I got to go out there and I got to buy, let's say, for example, like an Expedition Ford, or over there you can see here, there's an Expedition Ford. There's actually another Expedition, which are great cars. These are all limo cars. There's an old Suburban over there. You can pick that up for a killer price. Killer price. These are workhorses, right? Or that Cadillac over there, the old shape. These are all great cars, but you got to pay the right price. Don't think, oh God, I want to go private now. I got to get myself a car immediately. I still maintain you have to buy at the right price. Deal hunting. You do not have to buy a car on day one. You do not have to buy a car on week one, right? Spend 2, 3, 4 weeks getting a deal. Drive the car. Look at the repair sheet. What repairs have been done? What miles? Did it get all its, its oil changes in time? With the transmission? You want to see records, right? You don't want to just buy a car and there's no records attached to the car, right? Or you're more than welcome. Or a Ramirez in the house. But please, before you go out shelling money, run it by me. I bought so many cars. I operate so many cars. That's one thing I do know is how to buy cars. And, sometimes I'll work with dealerships. But the price, the deal has to be right. You see this guy over there here? Let me just show you. I can tell you right now, this guy here, he's in a suit and tie. He's got a patch, so he's like a pirate. He's on his phone. He's smoking outside of his car, which is good. He's got his little earphone inside there, and he's driving an Expedition. These cars you can pick up very, very cheap, these Expeditions, right? The guy is dressed for success. You got to hand it to him. But God forbid he has his windows open and his cigarette smell, there's his cigarette there, gets in the car. And you've already lost. The biggest no-no are clients complaining about smoke in the car, right? You lose your client right there and then. DoorDash sucks is in the house. Brazilian wax is okay. Mention your name, mention your state. Let me give you, or your city. Let me give you a shout out. I am beyond happy to be back and actually just engage and do live streams again. I like the interaction with real gig workers, with delivery workers, with drivers. Feel free to hit me up anytime. Even while I was on holiday, my wife said, oh, you can't switch off, can you? No, every single day I was answering emails and texts because sometimes people need answers quickly, right? And let me tell you, Solomon from the DMV, the European drivers, especially the Germans, I got to give them credit. They know how to drive. And the cars over there, oh my God. Diesel, I was driving a Mercedes diesel, like Sprinter van. Chicago's in the house, RPRP, good to see you. Welcome. Hope you and your families are doing great. Shout outs to all of you. But diesel was 185 to 2 euros, which is about $185 to $2 per liter, right? So a gallon was about $8 bucks. But man, this Mercedes that I drove 185 at one stage, 185 speed, and it was so smooth. It stuck to the road. and it did not use much diesel at all. That specific car I would have loved to have in the United States. Aesthetically beautiful. Diesels last way longer than regular engines. I mean, the Mercedes diesels go forever. You know, some cars boast with 1 million kilometers, 600,000 miles, right? So, and most of the taxi operators and rideshare drivers in Europe drive taxis. Now, the one takeaway that I got from Europe, the only city which was extremely busy, which was Paris, France. And I managed to speak to Uber Eats delivery drivers. I managed to interact with a lot of gig workers, but the majority of the gig workers that I could find, because I didn't see Uber drivers at all in Germany. I didn't see Uber drivers at all in Switzerland. And I was looking in Zurich. I was looking in Düsseldorf. I was looking in all these main cities. I could not find Uber drivers. But what did I see? Tons and tons and tons of taxis. And the most modern taxis, clean, a lot of them EVs, a lot of Audis. Audi is very popular there. The what is it called? The e-tron, extremely popular. Mercedes is very popular. Diesels are popular. Electric vehicles are popular. And the taxis that I took, the few taxis that I took, they all had their own apps, very similar to Uber and Lyft, highly organized. Even the taxi drivers, I brought up Uber and they would say Uber's dead. Uber is done. The only cities and countries where I saw Uber making money was in Spain, Portugal, and France. And there was Uber Eats. And I saw a lot of Uber Eats delivery people. Not one single person was delivering the food with cars. They all had Vespers, little motorbikes, little mopeds. I saw several Bolt vehicles on the road. Obviously, I'm pushing. I hope that Bolt at some point comes to the United States and mixes it up with Uber and Lyft. Competition is healthy. But I did not find Uber drivers. There's no Lyft there, right, in Europe, but I did not see Uber drivers. I saw no Uber drivers, no Uber stickers. The only thing I saw was lots and lots and lots of individuals, and 95% of them were males. I was like can I find a female delivering food? Nothing. They're all on little scooters and motorbikes doing deliveries. Uber is a German word. It's actually a German word. It means over, Uber, in the German language. I speak fluent German, right? But Uber is in a handful of German cities. I did not find any Ubers. Taxis, more taxis. I think taxis completely crushed Uber in those cities. Once, I think I was in Milan, in Italy, Milano, and I wanted to catch an Uber, and for a very short little trip, they wanted 100 euros, over $100. And I said, here, spin and swivel, Dara Koshashawi. I'm not paying you 100 euros for a trip in Milan, Italy, for a few miles, like 4.5 miles. I wanted 100 euros. And when I know if I pay the company 100 euros, I will guarantee you the driver is not going to get more than 15, 20 euros, which is almost 1 to 1 in dollars. So I can't support that, right? I cannot support the company. So I took taxis and I had a lot of conversations, good conversations with taxis. In fact, there are 1 or 2 taxi trips I do want to push out in my live channel, so you can see me cruising around through Paris in a taxi after we spent 7 hours walking Eiffel Tower. My kids were tired and I took a taxi back. But what a professional driver, well-dressed, well-spoken, gave us great tips, sold his city, was constantly selling us on a lot of different highlights. I've been to Paris several times, so I did take my family to many of the cities I've been before, because I knew a lot of highlights, a lot of the spots, but I learned a lot new spots as well. And the main thing was really to catch up with family and friends, friends from overseas that I lived with, that I studied with, that I went to school with. It was amazing. It was truly, truly amazing. It is also amazing to be back. So what do we have here? You can see there's a Cadillac heading out to work. My guess is, yeah, that's straight up a limo driver. He's out hustling, making money. My clients arrive in about an hour's time. Yeah, in an hour. And then I have a couple of trips on Sunday, and then I get really, really busy on Monday. Now, in the time that I was gone, I gave all my trips to my top drivers that I work with, that I lease out vehicles to. And they did a phenomenal job. I checked in with all my clients. I said, the Driven Dad, hi from Denver once again. Denver, shout out to Colorado, the Driven Dad. I like the title. The Driven Dad. That's awesome. You got very creative there. That's fantastic. Hopefully you're doing great. And obviously you're a dad, you have children like I do. And let me tell you, traveling with a lot of kids in 11 countries doing 4,500 miles, it was exhausting. And then over 26 hours back. This morning I wake up completely jet lagged, and I'm like, oh shit, I already have my first trips. But hey, we work hard, we play hard. That is who we are. At least the most of the people that I know in this channel are extremely, extremely hard workers, right? So we're not shy. We're not scared to work, right? And it was great. We had a my kids had an epic time. Also sorted out with my friend. My son is going to go to work with a surgeon next year. So finalized all of that. So he's going to be working at a hospital next year because he wants to go become a doctor. And so we got that all tied up as well. My one kid who loves cooking, he managed to be in a 5-star restaurant with the chefs, hung out there in the back, did tasting, drank a shitload of wine. Bienvenido! Sanson in the house, Sanson Marquez, shout out to you. So yeah, we'll dive straight back in, and believe me when I say I'm gonna tear those 3 interviews apart, right? I just wanna break down Dara's bullshit, right? Because I think we're in for tough times ahead if we want to stay with Uber. If they're talking about a 20% take rate for drivers, and the company still thinks they can take 80% and pay you 20%, I think a lot of people will leave. But it's coming. They have to show profits. They're getting their asses spanked in Europe. That's all I know. I mean, I went to 11 countries, and in every single country, Uber was getting their ass spanked by the taxi industry. The only place I could see Uber making money was in France, Spain, and Portugal with food deliveries. Lots and lots and lots of food deliveries. Everywhere I was looking, Uber Eats, green bag, little mopeds, meow, meow, little scooters, Vespas, Uber Eats. So I felt like, wow, they're making money there. They have a strong presence, right? Even when I get back to here, LA, and I look around, I see Uber Lyft, and a taxi, Uber Lyft, taxi, Uber Lyft. So they're mixing it up. Not the case in Europe. Definitely not the case. So hit thumbs up. It's a, what is it? It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic weekend. I will try and be back again tonight with another live feed and break down the interviews with Dara. I'm excited to be back. Cool. If you have any other questions right now, let me give you a last shout out because I'm going to be heading out. I'm slowly but surely getting back into the game. Got to build up my mojo so I can keep these live feeds coming. But hey, it's time to break the ice and it's time to get back to work. Realize that. I mean, a lot of vacationing, a lot of fun, a lot of wine, a lot of partying, a lot of beaches. I didn't say bitches, I said beaches, right? That's all great. Scott's in the house, welcome back, thank you so much. But it's time to work, trabajo. The work is calling, and there's plenty work available. Mary says, I'm sorry I missed you. Just did a ride from La Habra to the Carnival cruise ship in Long Beach. Oh, that's a nice little stretch. What did you get paid for that? You took them in what car were you driving again? Isn't it a Lexus? That's the way all over in Mexico. Viva Mexico! I gotta say, I had an epic time in Barcelona. They say Barcelona. I mean, you'd say Barcelona. And Barcelona and Madrid, the food, the sightseeing, the cathedrals, the churches, insane. 75, okay. La Habra to Long Beach, 75. How many minutes is that, 45? 45 minutes? What's the price for the Ford Expedition? That's a good question, right? I've driven it. I've never ever bought it. I've only bought Cadillacs and Suburbans. Lots of them. Between 30 and 45. Okay, that's good. That's good money. And you're driving a car that's decent. The Mercedes that I drove was a V6 3.6 liter diesel. Unbelievable power. For the amount of luggage and the amount of people we were traveling in, incredible piece of machinery, beyond impressed. And you got a lot of miles. Obviously, the speedo works in kilometers, right? Got a lot of kilometers. Every time the gas tank was down to a quarter, I never let it go under a quarter. I refilled. It was about 100 euros, 110, 120 euros. It's about 110, $120 to fill it up again. And man, was that car good to me. Yeah, you've got the Lexus RX 350, great car. I have a Dodge Grand Caravan XL, great car. You have that Caravan in what? In the XL category? But please, I mean, somebody was asking early on about buying a vehicle. Please shop around, my friends. Don't just go in there and let them undress you and sell you on the fact that, oh, it's tough to get cars right now, so you have to pay a premium. No, shop around. Let's see, there is the Eclectic Adventurer. Welcome. Solomon, how can I contact you? My email and my phone number are under the videos. Just go to any of my videos, you will see it. Cool. Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy weekend. So are you working? Are you playing? Are you doing a combination of working and playing? What does your weekend look like? Obviously, Friday and Saturday are the money days. I guess quite a few of you are going to be out tonight on the streets. I did give you some really good feedback from Europe. Yes, what was dominating there? These things were dominating. Taxis. Taxis were, and you don't have these bright yellow taxis and that in Europe. No, they use their cars, their regular cars. They have a small little sticker that says taxi, and they have the most amazing lights on the top. Great. So when the taxi is occupied, its red lights are on. You can see, or you can't wave that cab down because you obviously know someone's in. There's red lights, bright red lights, right? And if there's no passengers inside the taxi, and by the way, I haven't seen this with Rideshare, right? There were no people inside the taxi. Then you had a green light, and it was a bright green light. So as cars were driving around at day or night, you could see, oh, he was occupied, not occupied, available, not available. And I really like that. I mean, I've been to Europe many times. I've never seen that. Never really seen the wide range of vehicles that they're using as taxis in Europe. But the taxis were kicking Uber and Bolts and all the other companies' asses. And Uber Eats was kicking everybody else's ass in Spain, Portugal, and France. I've never seen so many people deliver on little scooters everywhere. They were sitting in front of restaurants just waiting. They were sitting in front of the most popular restaurants, lined up in little scooters with their Uber Eats bags waiting, and then boom, they would go in and take the order, go in. Very efficient. And I spoke to a few. Now, the one language I cannot speak is Portuguese. Spoke to the one guy a little bit in broken English, and I said, are you making money? He said, yeah, I make money in the volume, right? I make money in the volume. My overheads are not high. I got the Vespa, I got a little bit of gas that I use. So he's making money. I said, do you think you could see yourself doing this in a car? Absolutely not. And man, it's stressful driving in cars in Italy and Spain and Portugal. It's like, the people think it's a race. They'll come from every corner. If you're trying to get into like a roundabout, they all fight to get into the roundabout. You got to be on the ball. Germany, that's where I did my driver's license. I would say some of the best driving in the world. Fast driving, disciplined driving, Autobahn driving. It's truly a joy to drive on German, Belgian, and Netherlands highways. They really, really know their shit. The further south you go, the further chaotic it gets, right? I mean, Milano, Italy, those little areas around the lakes, the guys like the wild, wild west, man. It's just about speed and who can get what little. Interesting. Very, very different, culturally very different drivers to what I see here in LA. And not to say that LA are definitely not the greatest drivers, right? The LA drivers would have a lot of trouble on a lot of those roads overseas in Europe, I can tell you that. This looks like a really nice car in the front there. Yeah. Some beautiful cars around me today. People are spending money, man. Yeah, so the car that we had was fairly much like that one over there, like a big van, a Mercedes van, and I was blown away. I was blown away with the efficiency, the usage of diesel. Doing private Uber this weekend. You're doing a combination of both. Using Uber to network for the most part, acquiring new clients. I love that. You understand the formula. You're going to succeed. You're going to be successful. You're doing it the right way, right? You are literally doing like a very soft sale. You're recruiting Uber and Lyft riders into your private portfolio. You don't have to do it aggressively. You can do a very gentle sale. You don't have to sell everyone on the fact that you do private rides. Only the ones that you get on super, super well with, right? Let me give you that one word of advice. Don't think you have to go after every Uber and Lyft rider. No, you don't. You cherry pick the best of the best people that you hit it off with, right? When you hit it off with someone in the car and you are talking and you are chatting and you wish them well and they say, have a great day. Those are the caliber of people you want to convert into private clients. Excuse my finger here, I'm scrolling a lot. Beautiful. 25, I am proud of you. 25 clients for King Will, you see? And those 25 are going to bring you another 10, 15 because referrals is where it is. Referrals. When you give someone platinum top service, they refer you to their friends, right? I have my top referrer is a lady. She lives in Hidden Hills. She's probably referred me to 20 good clients, wealthy clients, right? And sell yourself on the fact that you drive the children, because if you have the licensing, if you have, for example, the TCP license in California or the TNC license, wherever it's called in New York or New Jersey, whatever your license is called, you are licensed to drive kids. Sell these parents on the fact that you drive kids with your private limo company. Cannot do that in rideshare, right? Got to be 18 or over, right? You don't want to be driving around rideshare, picking up kids from school and dealing with all this. Firstly, it's illegal. The parents shouldn't be putting those kids on the rideshare platform, right? So it's a big legal responsibility. But once you have the proper licensing and your own vehicle, right? You can take groups of kids to parties, to Universal Studios, to Disneyland, to clubs, events, bar mitzvahs, you name it. Money. Money, 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 money. So again, shout out to all my wonderful family and friends that accommodated us, that took care of us. My gosh, they really, really spoiled us. And to you guys, I wish you an epic weekend. Go out there, hustle, make cash. Alan's in the house, finally bought my car. Thank you for the motivation. Awesome. Alan, what car is it? Alan Cassidy, I'm really curious to find out what car did you go out and get yourself. RP says driver for Uber over 5.5 years. Want to start my own private service, need direction how to achieve it. So let me help you out on this one. At GigRocket, I have a private chauffeur course. When you sign up, use the code HELP20, HELP20 at gigrocket.com. I also throw in the fleet course for free if you sign up for the private chauffeur course, which means if you want to build out that business and get more drivers, you can basically put your one-man operation on steroids. You can get 5 cars, 10 cars, 15 cars like I do it. But we teach you all the ins and outs in 300 minutes. There's 22 different videos, and you will know how the business functions after that. Then you go and do it, right? Talking about it is one thing. Doing it is another. You are investing into yourself. And I always say to drivers, this is something you can do from the age of 25 to 75. If you're still strong, you can do it till 80. 25 to 75. Money-wise, if you're in a decent city, you can easily make a minimum of $500 and easily make up to $2,500 a day. There have been some days I've made $3,500 in one single day, right? So you're not going to make that type of money anymore in one whole week driving your ass off, putting in crazy hours on Rideshare. No, you won't. No, you won't. Here's another guy. I can see he's dressed up. Let me just show you. Part of the little mafia gang here that are always there. There he is. He always comes for his coffee. I know these guys. I know all these lads. There's 2 cars just pulled in there. 3 cars. 3 black limo cars waiting to pick up clients. So yeah, just make it happen. And if you use code HELP, HELP20, HELP20, and when checking out at GigRocket, awesome. You said, Mary says, my newest client has me pick up her 16-year-old daughter pretty much on a weekly basis, and the majority of the time I make about $300 a week off this lady. So she's making $300 a week off one client, right? Either driving the client or the daughter. And Mary is using a car. She's not gone out, she didn't go out and buy herself an Escalade or a Suburban. No, she's using a car that serves well on the rideshare platforms where she can recruit. Mary and I have had many conversations, right? We're on the same page. We totally get it. But she's gone out and she has this one individual client that makes her about $300 a week. I have one particular client which makes me about $1,000 a week every week. I can rely on $3,000 to $4,000 from this client every single month. One client. They book me a lot. And then I have another extremely wealthy client. They book me about twice a month. And it's always a $600 day and a $600 day. So I made $1,200. They book me out for the night. They go out. They go to events. They go parties. They book me out $600 plus your tips. So you will see that private clients, that is where the money is. And you want to talk about being 100% independent contractor, that is where the money is. This vehicle even here, great car, the Odyssey. This even serves as a great, if you want to go in and if you don't want to spend too much money, there's another car that's pretty good for it. But if you don't want to spend too much money, go and get yourself an Odyssey or a Sienna. Probably the Sienna, the 2022 model and the 2023 coming out, 35 miles a gallon. 35 miles on that hybrid technology, and it's a big car, can drive 7 people and a ton of luggage. You have yourself the best XL vehicle ever, and you have yourself a really, really, really good workhorse where you can do private clients. That is, if you don't want to go out and buy an Escalade, or if you don't want to go and buy a Suburban, you go out and you get yourself the best of the best car, which serves in dual, rideshare, and privates. That is a Toyota Sienna, my friends, a hybrid. A hybrid. And the Grand Caravan, the Chrysler, they have hybrids. They all get 30 to 35 miles. That is good mileage. You're making money. The gas prices are coming down as well. I was positively surprised. I filled up at $5.05 for 91 premium, right? The expensive one. Man, it came down by another 30 cents since I've been gone. So that's wonderful. Like to see the gas price coming down. Our earnings need to go up. Gas price needs to go down. Earnings up, gas price down. Then you're starting to make margins, right? This is a business. We are a business. Remember, you are a business. You're running a business. So have a blessed weekend, everyone. I'm going to say goodbye there. You see, let me show you now. I know I'm dealing with a hard work. It's a hot day. And guess what? Look, this is what you do on a hot day. You go, you polish. See, the guy is polishing his Cadillac. He knows it's money time. The car's got to be clean. The guy right at the back with the Cadillac, sort of like, I drive a 22 Sienna with the upgraded stereo. Beautiful car. Beautiful, beautiful car. DC Gig Worker, you got the car. Yeah, the Honda, the Odyssey was Odyssey is a Honda, yeah. Obviously, the Odyssey was a Honda. There was a guy at the back there polishing his vehicle. I just wanted to show you. Dedicated at 90 degrees. He's out there polishing. There he is, sweating. See him there? Sweating up a storm. There he is. He's polishing his car. You know why? Because he wants to make a great impression and keep that car clean. Shiny, 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 shiny. Oh, fuck, what is this one doing here? DC Gig Worker throws down $9.99. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. The upfront fares are now up in DC. Serge got killed, though, I heard. So hopefully you're making some money. Hi, how are you? She's waving at me. They're working away. They're working away. And then you got this dude over here. He's working in the sun. Thank you, DC Gig Worker. Make the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. What's that guy doing? Is he polishing his car? Is he eating? I think he's just eating. But yep, that's how we roll, my friends. Time to make money. Finally bought my first car for taxi. Alan, what car did you buy? Are you going to the taxi business or are you doing private trips? You go, what did you get? A Prius? What did you get? We got 40 people in the house. Shout out to you. It's a Saturday afternoon. Hope you're hustling. Hopefully you're out there making money, working hard, playing hard. Toyota Corolla. Excellent. Good car. Last you forever. Japanese cars. Rock and roll, man. Great cars. And I've never ever seen so many diesels. Obviously diesel expensive in the United States. But man, do people drive diesels in Europe. Everyone is driving diesels or electric cars. I've never seen so many Audis e-trons. People love the Audi e-tron. What do you guys think about the e-tron? $329 in Dallas for Shell regular. Send me those prices. You're welcome, RP, and use code HELP20, HELP20 to get 20% off. Here is another money maker. Remember, that's another Honda Odyssey right there. Sorry, I'm jumping around and switching around. We're right here by LAX. I'm ready to get in and swoop up my clients and get a couple of taxi in Ireland, Uber in Liverpool. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Great countries. I'll be there next year. I didn't manage to do Ireland and the UK and that. I did all the rest of Europe on this trip. What's this chica doing over there? She's out there buying, she's got cleaner. She's gonna go do washing right now. That chick is going to go and do her washing. Rental, yeah, I mean, you can look on Hire Car or Turo, but you have to be really careful with the rentals. What's that little lady doing over there? She's got a little summer dress. She's going off and shopping. We have another Tesla over here. Screen is blacked out. I don't know why. All right, well, I'm gonna end the live feed here. I wish you all a great weekend. God bless you all. Good to be back in the US of A. Good to be back working again. Holiday's over. Came back with a nice suntan. I feel relaxed. Back to my number one moneymaker, which is at LAX, as you can see. This is where I pick up 90% or drop off 90% of my clients at the airports. Easy money. Drop off, pick up, drop off, pick up. Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching all day long. As a private driver, it's easy. Let me teach you how to get those clients at gigrocket.com. Bless you all. Have a safe weekend. Be vigilant, 360 degrees. Make sure you have a radar built in, knowing what's going on around you at all time. Make sure you've got a couple of toys in your car if you need them, whether it's a baton, whether it's pepper spray. You've got to have your dash cam, right? Always keep this one to show people. This is the display ride. Uploads all the footage into the cloud. You want to make sure you have a dash cam, right? Please do not save money on a dash cam. Say, I don't need it. I'm not going to spend the $80, $100, $200 on a dash cam. My N4s, my Vantru N4s, I let them go at a good price at $150. I had 10 left. I sold them on one day, right? Nasio's in the house. Thank you. Nice 10 sponsored Vantrus. I let them go dirt cheap for at least $100 cheaper. I also paid for the shipping. I made myself a nice $1,500 and I created 15 happy drivers. Now this little toy here, this is the old one. Why is it frozen? Why is it frozen? Sorry about that. All right, my friends, time to go back out there. Time to pick up clients that are flying in. Looks like a little plane is coming in there. I'm down at LAX, grinding it again, grinding and working. Amigos, my friends, happy weekend. I'll be back with many more videos, many more live feeds, and I wish you a great weekend. Take care, my friends. Be safe.